Hi, I'm Felicia Brown with Spalutions and Every Touch Marketing, and I'm here at Oakworks, a beautiful facility here in New Freedom, Pennsylvania. I've gotten to see a lot about what they do in making their cool tables and other tools like the ProLux convertible right here in front of me and the body curve cushion underneath my client's neck. What I'm getting ready to show you now is the art of draping. Now, a lot of people wonder, why are you going to do a video on draping? Well, I'll tell you, because I've had some terrible massages with people stuffing and pushing and tucking the blanket, the sheet, and it really makes for a herky-jerky stop and start kind of experience. What I want you to begin thinking about is draping as a part of the dance of massage, kind of like a figure skating routine. If you've ever watched figure skaters, and I was one, so maybe this is why this example works well for me. But if you've ever watched a figure skating performance, the skaters are out there to do a lot of really impressive jumps and spins and other maneuvers. But in between those difficult maneuvers, they are doing a lot of flowing, gliding, strokes, and moves that tie everything together into this beautiful routine or dance. So begin thinking about draping as that gliding and flowing that's in between the big maneuvers of your massage techniques, so that you're really creating and choreographing a massage dance. And I'm going to show you how in just a minute. So with draping, you're going to have this worked into your massage routine just like any other stroke or technique that you're doing. Again, remember thinking about this as a dance, as something that's choreographed so that it's smooth and flowing from one step to the next. So assuming that I have already worked on my model's neck, I'm going to start with the arms and the legs. And I'm not really going to be doing massage here. This is just to show you some draping techniques. But I want you to concentrate and notice on how I put everything together, how it flows from one step to the next and one body part to the next. So it feels like one continuous movement as opposed to a lot of techniques that are fused into a random sequence. So with the arm, you're going to have to get it out from under the sheet. And a lot of people make a big production about this. All I want you to do is just artfully move the blanket out of the way and then find her wrist and pull it out. You're going to tuck the sheet as you pull. And here you can do whatever massage techniques you like. I tend to do a lot of traction and compression. But you can see, moving her around, the sheet doesn't move, and if I do need to move her to do a stretch, I can just take the sheet with me. And then to redrape, I'm just going to cover her arm here and pull it back under. Now notice that my strokes are continuing even though I have draped her. I don't want her to feel like the massage has ended just because I'm moving the sheet around. And you can do this, move the sheet and tuck as you go along. Just don't stop and start. There's nothing fun about the practitioner tucking and pushing during the session. You want everything to glow and glide, or glide and flow. And then as you move to the next body part, stay connected. You don't want to just pick up and move. That's not to say you have to keep your hand on the body the whole time. But if you're going to leave the body, make it a light leaving. Don't just stop what you're doing. So again, here I'm just going to move the blanket out of the way. And with the leg, really what I'm doing here is a fan fold. As I tuck the sheet, I'm actually doing a little bit of effleurage. I'm moving up and down with this great electric table and neck. But see, it's all a part of the process. And then as I finish, I'm just going to pull the sheet from the bottom and again continue to do some effleurage, maybe doing some work on her foot through the sheet and the blanket. She doesn't need to know that I'm ending one thing and beginning the next. With the blanket, you want to just treat it as a separate entity. You really don't want to try and move it with the sheet because that will be a little too bulky. So whatever techniques you're going to do here, and then to remove, you're literally just going to pull it out. It works so much easier than doing those crazy diaper drapes, I think. And your client is going to be completely covered and safe the entire time. So next we're going to work on the back of the body. So one thing that's going to be a little bit different about the way that we drape the back of the body is that we're actually going to include the glutes, and we're going to do them while the back is undraped, as opposed to the traditional way that a lot of people do them with them being a part of the leg. So that's something kind of interesting that I want to show you. Again, remember this is a dance. You want the client to feel like everything flows together. One big thing that I think can make a huge difference is getting the client's hair out of the way. Not everyone remembers to bring a hair clip or tie their hair back, especially those with longer hair like my model and myself. So a pillowcase is a wonderful tool to use. I'm going to just, before I even get started with anything, I'm going to just pull her hair out of the way with the pillowcase. That way I'm not having to constantly stop and tuck and move it throughout the session. Draping the back, there's no rocket science here. We've all pretty much done that. But again, remember there's a flow to everything that you're doing. So as you drape the back, don't make it a separate part of the massage. Actually build some massage strokes into that drape. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's about making the client experience flow, making it smooth and seamless. If you need to pull the arms out to do a little bit of work, and you end up with them up on top of the drape, like what I'm doing here, then you can very easily move them later without making a big deal of it. Just think about creating a flowing session. Remember, you're the one in control here. So make it feel like you're in control. Now to drape the glutes, as I was saying, this is a very simple procedure. I'm making it a part of my session. I am not stopping and starting, but you can see I'm tucking it in right here, and if it starts to slide, I can hold it here, but I can get access to almost the entire glute by draping in this fashion. Then I can also do some nice connecting strokes with the glutes as a part of the back as opposed to something separate from them. And when I'm done, I literally just pull it back. And I would do the same thing on the other side. I usually tend to do that after I've worked on the lower back, but you can work it into your routine wherever you decide is comfortable for you. Again, just making it a nice, smooth experience for the client. And then when you finish an area, rather than taking your hands off and treating the drape as a separate entity, just build closing that into your session. It's kind of nice to feel the texture of the sheet or the blanket with the stroke on top of it instead of just your bare hands. It's a different sensory experience. And then as you walk to another body area, maintain some type of contact with the body, not as an obligation, but just to maintain that flow. Again, I'm doing a fan fold here. I'm literally doing 2 tucks, one on the inside of the leg and one at the waist. I'm going to do whatever techniques and stretches I would normally do. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to have one pull, a little bit of straightening to drape the leg back. Same thing with the blanket. Fan fold, 2 tucks, just make it a part of the stroke. Very simple from start to finish. Thanks very much for watching this informative video. At least I hope you think it's informative. If you'd like to get in touch with me, get more help, or learn about the marketing coaching services and other products that I offer, please visit my website at www.spalutions.com. You're welcome to send me an email. Click on my Schedule Now tab to schedule an initial client consultation or to sign up for one of my coaching programs. Thanks so much for watching and have a fantastic day.